Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I'm back to talk about more Batman, which is something I do every now and again. If you remember a few weeks back, I made a video sort of giving my thoughts and first impressions of Batman the Animated Series. And I was still positive towards it. I definitely didn't think it was bad, but I did feel it had some weak spots which don't get brought up and is perhaps it's definitely I like it, but it had issues which detracted from the experience for me. And again, that doesn't mean I think it was bad. I'm just saying I had problems with it. And recently, sort of continuing on with that, I have watched quite a bit more of the series since then. But recently, I watched the movie Batman Mask of the Phantasm. And this film, basically all of the problems I had with the TV show are not at all present in this film. I think it's really good. First of all, let me get probably one of my more specific critiques of the show out of the way and address, like, because this film directly goes against that critique. The show had this thing when it came to not killing off characters, and I don't mean they don't like killing off goons. And when I say that, I don't mean that I'm not complaining about Batman not killing or anything like that. I mean, for some reason, they would put goons and like no-named characters into these dangerous situations where, like, okay, they're gonna die, they can't survive that, and then they show them surviving, and it takes away it deflates any, it just takes me out of the show so much. Like, they'll have a character fall from this incredibly insane height, and then they'll land in a tree or an awning or something and be perfectly safe and alive. And it's like, how does this not take you out of the show? And with this movie, that is not an issue at all, because the main plot line revolves around murder. We have the mysterious Phantasm who's going around and killing mobsters, and Batman, and he's mistaken for Batman, and Batman doesn't kill, but now Batman needs to figure out who the heck this is. And then the Joker gets wrapped up in it, and the Joker is handled really well in this movie. I like how he's handled. And yeah, because again, another one of my complaints from the show is that while Mark Hamill's giving a really great performance, the writing doesn't always do the Joker justice, and he's often made up to be like a loser. Like, he's always begging for Batman's help at the end of each episode, I feel like, and it just takes away his threat as a villain, and he's so rarely written well compared to the other villains in the show, which are written really well. You look at Clayface's exit, you look at, the Two-Face, you look at the Clockwork guy, but in this film, he's written really well, and I like how they treat the Joker in this film. I can take him seriously as a threat. And so some of my major complaints are nullified in this movie completely. And of course, it goes without saying, the voice cast is phenomenal. Same voice actors, same writers from the show. Kevin Conroy, great performance. Mark Hamill, great performance. All the other people who I didn't pay attention to in the credits, great performances all around. The story is really emotional. They did a really good job at telling Batman's story without making it feel like this is the millionth time I've seen it. Especially interesting considering this was like the first time they showed Batman's origin on the big screen. And like, it has an emotional component and a noir component, and they work together. It doesn't feel like you sort of have the flashbacks and the present, and they weave together at the end really well. It's like noir, like a noir mystery detective story and a romance emotional story where everyone is really traumatized. But yeah, really good movie. Just a really good movie. Crazy to think it was almost straight to video. But yeah, that's all I got for Batman Mask of the Phantasm. I think it's better than the TV show. Not to say the show is bad. Don't go misinterpreting my words. I'm not saying the show is bad. I'm just saying that this movie is better than the show. And it's definitely maybe the best, like, this is lauded as the best Batman movie, and I see why. It's just solid in a way that the others aren't, if that makes sense. Like, you look at The Dark Knight, and that's a good movie, but there are things about it which sort of take me out of it, you know what I mean? But with this, I was in it, you know? And there weren't any moments where I felt like, okay, we're dragging here or something like that. Everything tied together nicely, and it was just really well done. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Batman Mask of the Phantasm. I really liked it. If you've seen it, then let me know what you think in the comments down below. Feel free to like or dislike this video, and, you know, stay subscribed to, or subscribe if you haven't already, I should say, to keep updated with new videos like this, where I just sort of talk about animated stuff, or I have possibly some video game stuff coming up, but it doesn't really perform well on my channel. But yeah, so that's all I got for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a lovely day.